This property behind me cash flows £3,000 per month. I do not own the property. I've never even been in the property. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do this too. Hi, my name's Kevin Paneskis. I'm a property investor and trainer. We're in Marston Mortain, which is near Bedford, and we're outside one of my rent-to-serviced accommodation properties. If you don't know what a rent-to-serviced accommodation property is, I'm going to explain all in this video. But before I do, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Well, keys are a bit tricky. Wow, it's very comfortable. It's modern. Obviously, we've got the smart television. I can see Wi-Fi for the guests, always good. So this is going to be pet friendly as well, because there's no pets going to be able to get out there. So you can definitely charge a good night rate for being able to accommodate pets as well. But you know what? You also need to add the extra cleaning fee if you're going to accept pets. So workspace, dining room space, it's definitely appealing for the guests, and it's got the kitchen bolted onto the little dining room area, which is perfect for serviced accommodation. I'm liking it a lot. This is typical of a serviced accommodation property. Sometimes, you know, I might just have a bog standard, I call them bog standard inner city terraced type property as service accommodation. This is a little bit nicer in terms of the curb appeal from the outside, but we always make sure that they're presented like this on the inside. So yes, this is typical of serviced accommodation. Single beds, and let me see whether or not they are zip and link beds, because no, these are not zip and link, so this is just two single beds, which is absolutely fine. And we can obviously accommodate contractors if they want to have just two people in the room with their own single bed. If a family couple book this, then they can obviously push the beds together. That's absolutely fine, but you've got everything that you need. Yeah, double bed in here. And this is zip and link, okay? So you can see that this one is zip and link. So what's happened here is that two single beds have become a double bed. So you've got the option of offering singles or a double. The only thing that you've got to remember when you offer the option of two singles or a double is you've got to have the other bedding at the property as well, just in case your guest wants the other bed configuration. It's something to bear in mind, but if you can give your guest the option, then you're going to appeal to more customers. So if you want to learn how to start and scale a serviced accommodation business just like I have done, make sure you download the free report that is in the description. Go do that now. So this property that we are in right now, I became aware of it about 8 months ago. Now, Scotty, who I taught how to do serviced accommodation with Progressive Property, he found this rent to serviced accommodation deal, and he said, did I want to get involved in it with him? Rent to serviced accommodation is literally renting somebody's property and with permission listing that property on booking.com, Airbnb and other OTAs, which means online travel agent. And people will therefore book you as an alternative to a hotel. So it's literally a short-term rental property. Some people know it as a furnished holiday let or an Airbnb. Serviced accommodation is a house or an apartment provided as an alternative to a hotel. The property is fully equipped, and so all the guests need to do is arrive with their suitcase. Bedding, towels, toiletries, tea and coffee are provided, and the property is cleaned in between guests and returned to show home condition ready for the next guests. So if you want to learn how I built my serviced accommodation portfolio from scratch, watch this video here. 8 months ago, Scotty, who I trained in serviced accommodation, found this property and it is a rent to serviced accommodation direct to landlord. So no letting agent involved. He's spoken to a landlord, sold the benefits of serviced accommodation to that landlord, and the landlord is all in, says, yeah, that's great. Please manage my property for me as serviced accommodation. So Scotty approached me and said, would I like to pay the rent? And literally, would I be the tenant for this property? And I said, yes. Scotty manages it for me as serviced accommodation. He deals with the cleaning and the laundry and all of those things. He doesn't do it. He just outsources that stuff. Scotty cash flows in the region of £1,000 per calendar month at the moment, and I cash flow in excess of £2,000. This deal epitomizes everything that's great about serviced accommodation. My catchphrase in serviced accommodation is more money, less tax, and no tenants. There are literally no tenants involved in this property in order for it to create recurring income. We have guests, not tenants. Our guests live, their home is somewhere else. They're staying with us as a short-term rental instead of a hotel. So how cool is that? I'm cash flowing thousands of pounds a month from a property I do not own, and I only stepped foot in it for the first time today, and I have been renting this property for 8 months. It's absolutely incredible that I can use this sort of leverage to be creating life-changing recurring income from property. And I learned how to do this. I didn't just wake up one morning knowing how to do this. I got myself educated. And you should do it too. Once you get yourself educated in serviced accommodation, you can create life-changing recurring income from properties you do not even own. I left the army in 2011 and I served 24 years in the army. And I thought that you had to exchange time for money. That's what normal people think, right? But now I know different. I know that you do not have to exchange time for money. You can leverage other people's time. As soon as you've got the right knowledge, you can learn how to create win-win situations so that other people are going to be doing the work, and what you bring to the table as a sophisticated property investor is how to structure deals just like this. And so I no longer exchange time for money. With serviced accommodation, I'm literally earning money whilst I sleep. Literally. In the words of Warren Buffett, if you don't learn how to make money whilst you sleep, you will work until you die. And it's never been more true than today. Look what's happening to pensions. Look what's happening to the retirement age. And so you have to understand how to create a win-win situation for landlords, for property owners. Serviced accommodation means more money, less tax, and no tenants. So you've got to sell the benefit to property owners so that they understand why they should give you the property to use as serviced accommodation. It's going to be kept in show home condition. The owner is going to get more than they would do from buy-to-let or HMO. The property owner can save a lot of money in tax because there are significant tax breaks for properties used as serviced accommodation. So more money, less tax, and no tenants. So let's actually look into this in a bit more detail. I am paying £900 per month rent on this property. I got the first 2 months free because the property needed some work doing to it. So I spent about £2,000 improving the property, painting, etc., minor maintenance. I'm paying £900 a month now to be cash flowing over £2,000 per calendar month. And I literally do no work. I only stepped foot in this property for the first time today, and I've been earning money from it for the last 8 months. I have a 5-year contract for this property. So for £900 per month, after paying that rent, I'm cash flowing at the moment over £2,000 per calendar month. But let's just call it £1,000 per calendar month, because you do cash flow more in the summer than in the winter. So do the maths. And so that is £60,000 cash flow profit whilst doing no work. I literally will not need to lift a finger to earn that money. In a property like this, you're going to have 2 different types of guests. You're going to have your leisure guest and you're going to have your contractors and trades. Now, by far the most profitable type of guest is going to be contractors and trades, because guess what? They will want to stay for a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. A property like this is absolutely perfect. So if you want to learn how you can start and scale your serviced accommodation business, creating life-changing recurring income for you and your family, go and download the free report. It's in the description. Go and get it now. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. My name's Kevin Paneskis, known as the Property Soldier. Remember, your future needs you.